Going.
Things are good. How are you doing today?
I feel like I'm doing good.
That's good. So,
Nice.
oh, we're on stream, aren't we? That's exciting.
Yeah,
Uh,
I figure I asked Ben told me to stay streaming
okay.
so he could watch.
Yeah, I'd say okay. So, I guess we're gonna be. So, there was a few things I wanted to look at. The big thing here, well, the one I want to start with is edge guarding, and the needle usage during edge guard. So, can you pass me uh, a bunch of the games? I'm specifically interested in the ones on Pokemon Stadium. I want one on Battlefield, and I need one on. Let's go with Dreamland.
Sure.
Perfect. And one of the small ones, a Fountain or Yoshi's. Either's fine.
So four.
Yep, four.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
just pick them and send them through, and we'll go from there.
Okay. This was the bod game,
Perfect.
and then the last one we played was a stadium. Oh, this is perfect. These are actually the games I wanted to go over anyway, because after you left, I locked in a bit to to play the game.
Nice. Yeah,
Uh,
it's distracting when you have I don't know why, but whenever people know I'm watching them play, they just play terribly because they get nervous, they get shook, and I don't understand. Don't you know I already think you're all winners.
I'm Cheeks. There's the Battlefield one, and then
Okay. And which one was the priority that you want? Which one did you want to go through?
I don't care.
No, you
There's
said
one.
which game did you
Oh,
want to go through?
two of them of what I sent you were like the last ones, so
Okay.
those were fine. Those are it looks out pretty well, I think.
Okay.
I will personally say I think uh my edge guarding specifically this session was really bad. I think I'm a lot better about it normally.
Okay.
Um,
Then you will be
like
able.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
No, go. So what's your plan with how you edge guard? What's kind of goes into that?
Um, it kind of I don't know. So it depends off the hit, right? But like if she's close enough that I can like trace her, I try to. But if she's like way too high, I kind of just try to hold center, so that way she doesn't just go above me. I don't think I'm that great at using the side platform the way like Plup does. The way he does it is just like crazy. I feel like.
What do you think?
Um,
What's crazy about what do you see with him doing when that happens? When he's going there?
I feel like he's just really good at reacting. Like he is always in the right spot to like hit his move, and if it messes up somehow, he's still like in center, has advantage versus like
Okay.
yeah. I feel like I try to chip down Peach. Like I think I'm more aggressive with edge guarding when she has less resources. So like if she's like out of float or she's like forced to up B or she's like floating really really far out, I try to like just chase her with like a fair or a bear, and I think it works out pretty often as long as I don't hesitate. Because sometimes like when you go to edge guard and you like stick out the bear and then you start drifting back, so like you miss because you're drifting back.
Mm-hmm.
That's like whenever that happens, I always miss. But the edge guards that I like fully like commit to, I hit pretty often. Which I think I was doing the former pretty often in this set or in the session compared to how it was normally, I would say.
Okay. Perfect. And
Uh,
you can see my screen, right?
yeah,
Okay, wonderful. Let's start. This is one of the games you wanted to see, right? Wanted us to look at?
yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I have like some specific stuff that I thought too after.
Yeah. No. Tell me your thought. So, if you have specific thoughts, tell me them now so I can try to work them in. Because that's
Sure.
how I find it works best.
I think I'm just really bad off turnips because most peaches just let me kind of grab it, and like I've grabbed the peach and it's like, or I've grabbed the turnip and I'm like, this is great, and I usually just throw them back and they don't know what to do. But Kilmer has gotten really good at like using turnips, I think, and like when
Yeah,
I grab
yeah.
them, he chases me down pretty hard, and when I don't grab them, he just pulls another one. Um, so I was like,
Why are you catching
I,
them?
I feel like that was just like the thing you do.
Oh, I
I feel
thought
like I see that.
I'm not a fan of catching them. I usually just try to kind of duck them or jump over them because Sheik's short hop goes high, so it's easy for you to just short out fast fall around them like pretty efficiently. And if she's closer, then or jumps into the air and throws them, like it's easy to crouch them. It's kind of like some of the counterplay to certain Falco laser heights at some spacings. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You also have the option to like nair into them, which is also like a pretty big thing. Because if she's like jumping and throwing them at you, the sex kick. It's like what Fox does to her, kind of, if she goes for turnips.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I see them grab a lot and then like get reversals pretty often. Pretty much every time I grabbed the turnip, it actually felt bad. Like the FOD game that I sent you, I think that was the last game we played, and I think I was literally winning until I started grabbing turnips and losing the interactions.
So like, talk to me about this. You wave dash back, and what are you looking for here on this dash forward?
I would have to see the spot again.
Oh, dash attack.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That makes some amount of sense.
I think I have a really bad habit of like being in disadvantage and doing dash forward shield.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that I do it because I never get my shield out in time.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
I do think that like, okay, so I'm actually no. Well, I want to pause on everything. I want to see this game play out a bit more before I start like flagging things, because I don't know if that's just a one-time thing yet.
Sure.
Yeah. So seeing those turnips. I think that's pretty good. Like they do use the Sakurai angle, so that does work. It's actually weirdly enough doesn't work that well when they don't have damage on when you don't have damage on you. But yeah, like as you can see, it's just like
I see.
It's ASDI down that's like interacting there. Okay, so this is obviously a kill. That's good. So your knowledge of percents is good. That's the thing that's like standing out to me so far. Like how you're choosing your moves based on maybe his damage like makes sense. I would say that turnip is actually usually good to catch because it doesn't like pose much like you're able to stall and you hold it, so you have a bit more like relevant on stage range that doesn't require you to like commit to a ledge dash or something, which is like pretty handy. I would say, but it's because of the position and how the ledge protects you. This here, so let's talk. Oh wait, it's Peach, so it's probably just like fucked. I find replay messes up with item characters. So this happens here, and then what do you? Was this intentional? Yes or no?
The bear?
No, the double jump.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Fast fall, double jump, turn needle, and grab edge. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I have a bad habit of doing that. I think later in the session he tries to forward smash me, and I ended up doing it. But I don't know why sometimes with Peach I'm like, all right, time to go back on stage.
Yeah, so I think the reason we do this is because we see our back to Peach with this alignment, and we're like, obviously this is like good. Because in almost every situation, this kind of alignment with our back air to her is very strong. But this just, because of the ledge, this just happens to be the exception. Because of how she can because of how easily she can kill us. This still isn't actually that bad, though, of a thing to do, because what you'll notice is he crouches here. So I feel like if you wanted to, you could just air dodge through this and get to the platform, and it covers a lot of the burst options. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like it covers like the dash dance dash attack, the forward smash, like a lot of the burst options or high reach options that she uses to cover like the back air, because she has to put something decent out to contest the range. So yeah, air dodge. You still have ways of fixing this with stuff like air dodge.
Yeah, I feel like dash attack is so evil. I feel like, like versus jump, and then when he's not doing it, it feels pretty bad. So I just end up like kind of dashing away the whole time.
I understand. These needs to be grabs where possible. Like I love dash attack like an unhealthy amount, and even I'll be the first to admit that like this needs to be a grab for the consistency.
Sure.
This is good. So what do you do with this opening? Gotcha. So let's talk about this situation, because this is a big one. So you hit this like down this slap. What do you think he's going to be? So you see him floating out of disadvantage here. What's your plan here? Like, what are you trying to do?
I feel like I'm trying to hit his landing. Like, not contest the aerial directly, but hit his landing.
So you were trying to like wave land across the platform to like fair or something, right?
Yeah.
See, I would be looking to dash dance grab here.
I see.
So you're not trying to dash dance grab the aerial. I want to be clear about that. You're trying to like punish the thing that comes after the aerial. You're kind of doing it how Marth does it. You know what I mean? Like, she's gonna land from this fair. You're moving in this kind of zone, and you can go on the platform if you want to scout. But I think that you're trying to be too direct in a position where, like, it doesn't really make sense to be. Because she's going to land here, she's going to auto-cancel, she's going to be able to be actionable as you come off this. Like, I don't think that this play works even if you, like, execute it, because he's already on the ground. You see what I mean? Like, I feel like in this spot, this is how we get down-tilted a lot of the time. Like, if he wave dashes back, or if he just comes up with Nair, like, I feel that also seems to be a problem here. So my thought is, because you also can't really align with the fair, like, effectively from this, like, kind of angle coming off the platform with where he's landed. It looks really hard. It looks really awkward. So I'm thinking, let's not try to be direct. She's so bad at mid-range because all of her moves are, like, high risk, or they require her to go into float, which has startup time, because she has to, like, jump and, like, stuff. Like, if we go into, like, F-tilt position here, like, this covers a lot of her options. Do you see what I mean?
True. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so I just think that we need, like, to be willing to be less direct on her, because she's generally pretty good at dealing with direct threats. It's when we start kind of attacking where she's not her from angles or in ways that she's just doesn't naturally line up well against those things, that's when she runs into problems, because her whole thing is that she's slow. She has to, like, kind of shift her whole body, like, her whole person to, like, fix that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So you're saying, like, if you could go back to that spot where I got the dash attack, like, earlier, I guess it's, like, a little farther back.
Yeah, so, like, around here.
Yeah. So, like, you're saying that you want me to pretty much run up to, like, that black line in the ground, or the gray line? Like, after the fair. Because relative to the spacing.
Okay, so I think where you are right now is perfectly fine. Like,
okay.
This is good. What I would be trying to do, if anything, is get more under her. Because I want to up tilt her, or at least represent up tilt. Because if you're in the up tilt spot, you can also dash this way and then, like, back air, for example, right? There's a lot of there's a lot of pressure on her to, like, pick the right counter for the way that we want to harass her. Because by being directly under her, her down smash actually doesn't hit us. If we, like, up tilt into it, because it's at her sides. So that's one thing that she has to worry about.
I feel like I've got blendered for doing that before, but it was on Yoshi's, so maybe it's like a Yoshi's height moment.
Well, it's also a percent thing. Like, she's at 71, so even she can't really like, right? So, like, she's not able to ASDI down on it anymore. She has to, like, actually true crouch. So you can also wait and check what she's doing as well. Like, you could crouch here, you could, like, dash dance. I think this is, again, we're getting back to the idea of, like, we don't want to necessarily be so direct. We want to have a few ways of hitting her in mind that are just generally quite strong, and just kind of, like, make her have to guess between, like, we're the more flexible character. So we want her to be aware of that, like, uncomfortably aware of that at all times. And just see if we can make her flinch on something, because a lot of her panic buttons are pretty high commitment.
That makes sense. Yeah, you pointing out that I fired too directly is it's, like, definitely correct.
Well, I mean,
I definitely want to do that.
You know what? This is a Slippy Kid thing. Like, y'all, like, are just because you have the ability to learn all the answers. You do learn all the answers, but yeah, with her, she just has as many as you do. What her problem is that she doesn't have a good gear change.
Yeah. I actually think I was abysmally bad at grabbing turnips this session compared to the other ones. Like, I actually was shocked.
I don't think that grabbing them is good. I think that if you Z-drop them, fine, whatever, but I don't think you want to, like, actively grab them.
Yeah, I never Z-dropped them. I think I should more.
The Mewtwo King. Okay, so this is a situation I saw come up a lot. So you come up from needle, like, you hit him out of the air, and he's, like, going to be able to land with something, and you're already in a pretty good position relative to him where nothing bad can happen, and you do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Just stand here. Or crouch. You can become really small, and then, like, when he lands, grab him. But, like, we don't have to, like... Yeah, we don't have to shield here. There's no reason to shield.
I see.
Because you see, like, you become so big, he can actually hit you with that. This is the next thing that happens is the other part of it. So a common mistake with Sheik is to, like, so you instant double jump, but I think you could have just gotten around him with your full hop, right?
Maybe. I think, well, my idea with it is I see you have Spike. I see Spike he just, like, mashes double jump out of the corner even in this spot.
Okay.
And I think I've seen Flip do it a lot too. Because I'm pretty sure her full up Nair does hit our full up.
Okay.
Like, pretty sure.
I feel like you're already above it if your double jump is happening here.
Yeah, I think I double jumped too early is what it was.
Oh.
Like, I like mashed double jump, like instant double jump versus like double jump, get some height, and then do it again.
Yeah, so, like, let's look at this. So if you just keep going up... Yeah, there's no way she gets you. Not a chance.
Maybe not from that spot.
Yeah, not a chance.
Oh, wait, is she already in float when that happened?
She's float right now. This is where you're double jumping.
Yeah, but does she, like, land and then come back up? Or
no, she just moves forward.
Oh, okay. No, I thought she full hopped. Yeah. The full hop. Yeah, okay, I see. I thought she also full hopped.
Gotcha.
I was getting hit by that a lot this session. That's, like, one of the key things. I was like, I need to stop full hopping in the corner, like, out of pressure.
Okay.
I see. Okay.
So if she's calling you out with that, here's a thought. And you wouldn't be able to do it because of, like, this... It's hard because of this shield, but, like... So, watch what he does. Where does Peach's Nair cover? Like, where does her, like, full hop Nair, her, like, float Nair, like, where do these things... Like, her jump up float Nair, like, where do these things cover spatially? We'll make a diagram. We'll do one of my diagrams.
We're getting the 1 through 9.
This is actually a little different. But yeah, like, so let me now grab this, and we'll figure this out. Okay. So, from here, let's pretend Sheik is still in her original spot, or just not anywhere. Like, where Sheik is doesn't matter. This is Peach, this pink one I'm going to be making. So, where does Peach, from here, where does her float, like, where does her full hop Nair hit, if she goes forward?
I feel like... using like your number thing, I feel like it's like a 3. Like
just place the box. Like, help me guide the box.
Like a little lower.
Here?
A little lower and like to the right. Kind of like there. I feel like if she keeps drifting the way she is, like it hits there.
I feel like it goes further than that. I feel like her full hop Nair goes more like here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of hard with, like, the camera angle, so fair enough. And then, like, by extension, then that means that she should hit around here, like, if she just goes straight up, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So we know that she covers between these two zones at least. And then she has this, like, middle one that she has, like, a bunch of middle stuff that she can do, but they're all on this, like, full hop aerial line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, cool. So, like, she's got different lanes here and here. This all makes sense. Does any of this not make sense?
No, it makes complete sense.
Perfect. So let's figure out where Sheik goes to beat all this. I'm thinking we just don't jump facing I'm thinking that... Okay, so the obvious solution is we don't jump. But what if we ran off the stage over here?
Like go for the needle turnaround to grab ledge?
Well, because we have two options, right? Like, if we confirm that she's, like, floating, we can just jump up and kick her. But if she isn't, then we turn around and needle grab. Like, needle grab edge.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so then, like, either way, we're good. Like, because for her to cover this, she has to be facing away from us, because she'd have to have a way to grab the edge or something. She doesn't really cover this spot, like, this mix-up very well without turnip or without being able to, like, turn around, right? So we're punishing her for being in the wrong stance, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I'm going to give this to you, because this is yours. And, yeah, let's continue. Because I think that this is like an old Mewtwo King thing, but like it's very, very, very good in my opinion.
Gotcha.
It also complements well with like the double jump, with the other double jump stuff, because if she turns around to back air, where does her back air hit?
Kind of just in the similar spot, like it's like a...
But it's lower on her, right? So
yeah, like a little lower.
So then if you go in front of her, on the other side, you don't really get traded, do you?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
See, like, don't you wish that... Okay, so let's talk about this. So this happens. So then this. Don't you wish you didn't have this in your hand? Like, imagine if you had just dashed this way and shore up aired.
Yeah, I think when I did that, I went to do, like, run up forward tilt or something, and then I ended up catching it.
Okay. And then we didn't combo off the turnip?
Yeah.
Like, if I see that turnip coming down to hit her, like that, I'm like, grab. Auto grab. Like, especially with her at 25, like, ugh. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I did not think he would CC dash attack me again.
So let's talk about the edge. So you do a good job of hitting her, like that. So then, what happens here? Oh, you... So wait, didn't he just, like, low float cancel your barrier shield? You acted, like, right... Oh, no, he did, like, the +2/3 up air or whatever, and then, okay.
Yeah.
Why are we, like, why are we acting out of shield so aggressively?
I'm just scared of getting grabbed, but I guess it doesn't really matter at this percent, so... I don't know.
Yeah, like, what does she do to us? Like, she back throws us and gets nothing? Yeah, well, like, gotta be more comfortable holding block. Also, buffer roll is unironically really good. If you're like, because the thing is, like with Peach, you want to go immediately or you want to hold. You don't really want to do like middle timings because that's what she's really good against. Because that allows her to like continue to like do aerials and stuff. And it also makes her grab always work, which is not ideal. It also shrinks your shield more, so then down smash is more likely to poke, which is also not ideal. So the big thing with her is like either push the button to buffer roll or get your jump lined up immediately, but don't like linger. If you're gonna hold.
Yeah, that's so big for me. I think I do that. I do that a lot. Like I play for that middle spot a lot.
Yeah, well, it makes sense because like that's what we see pressure character and we're like, okay, it's like Fox or Falco, like we just same rules, baby, basically, right? But she's not like them because she does her pressure more like in one big burst. So it's more about how we manage that initial burst when her aerial touches our shield, after her aerial touches our shield, and what comes after. I kind of view her more as like a guard crush as opposed to like an extended pressure character, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really bad at holding my space versus Peach. Like the interaction that just played like 3 times where I hit her and then I run all the way to the other side. I just feel like I can't cleanly ever hit her. Like,
so like everything from here onwards, right? Pretty
much. Like fighting Kilmer versus other Peach, I think we were talking about it like a bit earlier, but he just like hitting him feels so bad compared to like if I bear him at like 30%. I'm like, he's CCing and he's gonna go for some sort of reversal out of this, and then there's like the 1 in like 50 times where he doesn't do it, and I don't punish him for it. Like, I don't do like bear grab because I'm like used to the 49 other times where he does hit it correctly.
Okay, so we're talking about like this section basically.
Yeah, like hitting it feels really hard to like get a hit right where he's not just gonna spam like some sort of reversal, like jump out, or like he'll take the hit and then like float at me. Or like do like the instant dash attack or dash up grab. Like so, he's done the grab here like a lot too.
Okay, so we get this, and what do we? You're not. Wait a minute. You're not buffer walking out of this, are you? Well, I know I know that you're not because I can see it. But okay, what type of controller do you use? Do you use fob, box? Like, what's your deal?
I'm using an analog box. So for all intensive purposes, I'm just using a GameCube controller.
Okay, so if you buffer walk forward out of this, you get the punish every time. I would still No, Salami, this is absolutely paid. What I would still recommend, though, is that I would shield in this position more, personally. The reason I would like shielding in this spot instead of crouching is that she's so likely to do the dash attack, and there's kind of an option select that me and KJH have been kind of like tinkering with, where you just at the timing where the dash attack would hit your shield, you sidestep or spot dodge. So basically, like, if the dash attack connects on your shield, nothing happens because you spot dodged, right? But if the because you flick the stick down, really, and then if they grab, then you spot dodge and get a counter grab. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're like having it overlap with the shield stun frames of the dash attack. So it creates like a really difficult 50-50 for her. She can counter it by like running forward and down smashing, but she has to like know it's coming in order for that to work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you a little bit of like insulation versus the grab dash attack like mini game, because I know that that's like kind of like that can be frustrating to like, because it's just like, you know, which one is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your thought?
It makes sense. I feel like, I don't know. Peach is just weird. I feel like she just like breaks a lot of spots that like other characters don't. Like if Marth is like playing in a similar way to Peach, where he's like kind of spamming like the low moves in place and stuff, it's like a lot easier to like hit him for it. Or even like Fox mixing up like full hop or like aerial in place. It just feels like it feels bad to interact with Peach in like the ways that you would beat Fox or Marth doing that.
Yeah, because she's a floaty.
Or Sheik too. Like even in the Sheik Ditto, like run up crouch is so good. Like if they're spamming moves, but it like doesn't work at all. It doesn't work that well versus Peach.
Yeah, well, she's got an overhead. She's the only character with an overhead, but she has one, so we must respect it. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this spot. You just hit him into the air. He's holding a turnip. What is the play here? What do you think we should be doing?
Trying to get under. Or space for bear, like space bear on float, because he's probably gonna float.
These are all correct answers, but like the overarching answer here is rush him the hell down. He has a turnip. How is he going to protect himself?
True.
Like if you just get right up in his grill, what the heck does he do? What the heck does he do? He can't nair. He can't like he can't.
Oh yeah, he can't nair. Yeah.
Yeah, you just hit him. Hit like attack. Go hold W. Like this is absolutely a hold W position. The big thing here is, just this. So you have this and you're like actionable, you should be like this is full steam ahead. Things that I like to do in the with full steam ahead is I actually really like nair, because a lot of times they try to do like turnip drop tricks.
Yeah.
So the nair's high duration is quite good against that. The other thing is like weak nair into fair is like a pretty, works pretty well on inwards DIs. Yeah, and it still pushes them towards the corner and like at a pretty low angle if they DI outwards on it, right? And we don't want her to have height during our edge guards because, yeah, that's preferred. So you still, I feel like it's good soft hits on things like nair where you can take them easily, like safely, like in this spot. They're really, really good in general. So I would honestly be like dashing this way, and then at some point I would be looking to like jump up and like full hop nair into him or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. What is there anything? And this is also why I don't like the back air here, because of the turnip. Like air. Because like again, we can't be as aggressive with back air.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like if he didn't have the turnip, like if this was not here for some reason, like if we're in an alternate timeline where this just isn't here, then in that situation, then I would say we probably just want to like, from this position, we probably just kind of do short hops back, kind of like this. Because the idea here is that we're keeping the option to double jump in whatever direction we need in order to like in order to space the back here, and we can also use our waveland as we're coming down to position like additional bears. You see what I mean? Like we can kind of do our micro spacing here, but we can also do micro spacing here.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And we also have like our entire drift to work with.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, I think I am probably... Yeah, you're definitely right that I'm too passive when she has a turnip.
Or even just when she's above you, because, like, again, if she doesn't have the turnip, we still can set up the back airs. Because, like, short hopping here and then double jumping this way, like, if she comes in aggressively, we can outspace her. If she comes in on top of us, we can, like, fast fall and, like, wave land out of the way, too. The whole name of the game with her is she's weirdly good at coming down quickly sometimes, so play to that. Put up something that, like, either put up bear proactively or put up, like, ones that you can kind of react with. Yeah, or ones that kind of are designed to bait her in, like, yeah, but she can't challenge our back airs, like our tipped back air, like, head on. If she does, she just loses. So with that in mind, we want that to be the main threat that we leverage, because it's the easiest way to, like, force her out of those positions, and that's how you get the running down tilts when she starts drifting away from the back air.
That makes sense.
Yep, we're just bullying her. We're just bullying her with our superior back air.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so one thing I'm going to point out. So she's coming forward like this a lot. I know that, like, she can get moves out pretty quickly, but look at how much time she spends setting this up, right? Like, from this little bit back here. Let's, like, look at this. So from this first nair, dashes, goes for this thing, and then, like, you see how much time, like, how much hitbox does he actually have out relative to his, like, setup? You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, these are the spots where you grab him. In between them.
It feels so hard when I try to do that. Like, it actually feels, like, really bad when I try.
When he's moving towards you with, like, Peach, with like, a Peach float cancel that isn't a fair or back air.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, even, like, when he's just, like, mixing bear and nair and just, like, spamming it, like, it feels really bad for me to grab it, but I can't tell if that's, like, I'm assuming now that it's just a skill issue. And that I can just grab it if I'm good enough, but it just feels really evil to interact with, which is why I don't really go for it that much, and I was, like, waiting for him to start doing something else.
Okay. Let's keep an eye out for that as we go through the... let's keep an eye out for that, because I think... So when do you... like, are you trying to grab, like, when he lands or before?
Like, as he's coming down, or, like, as he's landing.
Okay. And how are you setting it up?
I'm usually just dash dancing or kind of waiting, sometimes crouching.
Try walking. Standing and walking.
Like, walking towards her to get it?
Yeah, like, just
okay.
Wave dash, like, get into a position where you can stand and kind of, like, walk forward. The thing is, you don't want to be moving quickly, weirdly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because you want to, like, be able to, like, if you are grabbing her, you want to, like, do a dash grab or, like, just a standing grab, like, moving forward slightly, or maybe jump cancel grab, possibly, but, like, generally you just don't want to be moving forward all that, like, you don't want to be moving forward all that much to start, because you can't run into her. You need distance, basically, if you're going to, from her to start the, whatever your grab is. Because you can't run into her hitbox, so you have to actually be further back.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, like, not trying to grab her in the middle of, and her move. Like, so you asked me
here.
If I'm grabbing.
Let's in this last section. I'm sure he's gonna do a nair. We'll just pause on it, and I'll tell you how I'd do it, or okay. You can tell me how we do it.
Okay. Well, I was asking for, like, if the other option was, like, something viable too, where you try to grab, like, in between it and not on the landing.
Oh.
Or was the landing one just, like, the objective correct answer for that?
So, okay. So I think we have a structural misunderstanding. That's okay. Let's go back to when he starts doing them. Was it here or is it for sooner? It was earlier, right?
Yeah, I think it was last talk.
Okay, so it's like, yeah, it's over
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's look at the structure of this pattern. So, he does this back air, and then he does this nair forward. Okay, so let's go back to these. So he does this nair forward. Then what does he do after it, right? He just kind of like comes forward and does another one. Now this is because you're far away from him, but like what I want to point out is, in addition to whatever ground he has to cover in order to like do his the movement to align himself for the next aerial, there's then like the 5 frames of jump squat, I think, that she has to go through just to get into the air. Plus plus whatever travel time he decides to opt for, plus the startup of the move itself, and the frame to go into float. So what I am saying is upon landing, he has to do all those things again in some capacity. So what we are doing is we're grabbing in the overlap of when the landing happens and when the next aerial starts. Like, and when like the next jump setup starts. Do you see what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like, it's because there's the 4 frames of auto cancel, but if he wants to do a second aerial, there's not just 4 frames of auto cancel, because then there's another 5 at minimum for jump squat, plus 1 to float, assuming he's doing ground level, plus another 2 for the nair itself.
Mm-hmm.
There is counterplay he has for this that involves things like spot dodge, jab, down smash, etc. But it gets him off of this. Because he then has to, he can't just eat Sheik grabs whenever he tries to like initiate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because otherwise he will lose. Because Sheik grab is quite powerful. That's what I'm getting at. So like you see like with this back air that he does, I'm not sure I'd necessarily do it on back air. I don't like doing it on back air. It's really more of like a nair, down air, up air thing. Fair and back air have sufficiently annoying footsie hitboxes that I don't necessarily want to do it on them unless I'm like very set up for it. But on the others, I think they're pretty like easy. Like I don't think that even that nair down smash, there's technically enough of a window to sneak a grab in between those 2 actions. Because down smash is 5, auto cancel is 4, right? So there's got 8 frames between them, like 8 frames with nothing going on. You can absolutely hit that. It's tight. It's tight. Takes planning, but yeah, it's doable.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So far, what have we? So far, what would you say we have learned? Like, I know that that's a lot of information, but what are you getting so far? Because I think now we're moving on to the Fountain of Dreams game, right?
Yeah. Playing more aggressive when she has a turnip, and not looking to catch it so often, and just kind of moving around it.
Yeah.
I just need to grab more in those spots, and like a lot of spots is pretty much like a lot of the things there too. And I think unrelated to that, I think I
shielding
grief
too
my
much.
Yeah, shielding too. I grief my shielding in the middle versus doing something immediately or waiting for like the secondary like down smash or something like that. Like essentially just moving on the middle beat instead of 1 and 3.
Yeah. Do you know what's really sad? If you had crouched and he had gone for this nair into down smash, you can actually just like C-stick up and like up and get like sweet spot up smash on him here for doing this. You just have to crouch, like you can crouch underneath the down smash there.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot when I played digital, because I would just like abuse how easy it was to crouch into up tilt, because you could just do it frame perfectly every time and never miss it. But when I switched to having like full analog, I like have stopped doing those situations. I definitely need to start doing that again.
Gotcha. What is this back air covering? What did you think he would do here?
I would need to see it again.
Sure. So let me just go back. So it's over here.
What? Yeah. Well, I mean, that was definitely not a good reaction moment. I think if I looked at that situation again and I jumped in that spot,
it's like low
then
nair.
I would
low nair, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I would nair fair.
I like low nair on her shield, but yeah, like okay, cool. So we're on the same page. Like it was just a bad reaction. Neat. Like this back air. No, don't back off. Like okay, talk to me.
Okay.
What are we supposed to do here?
I mean, at this spot, I think you can just run off fair.
Or forward tilt. That works too.
Forward tilt too, yeah.
Yeah, you just have like everything. Like this spot is not good for Peach versus you. This is like a very, very bad spot. Whenever she's at this height in general, this is like she's dead. Because if she's floating in this spot, you just shoot her with a needle, and then she can't float anymore. The other cool thing is if she's in this kind of section, you can just tilt her. If she's like, it's just this spot is so bad for her. Like anything in this lane is like terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So this should be something we keep an eye out for, because she often one of her big priorities in this spot is to like escape this spot, is to escape that lane. So one way that she does this is by like air dodging. She also sometimes fast falls and comes up with umbrella. The other thing that she might do, although it's very risky because of the aforementioned needles, is double jump away and build height. Those are kind of like the 3 lines of play that she has here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So with this dash away jump, what are we covering?
I think I remember when I did the teeter, and then after I just assumed I don't know. I think Kilmer has a big preference to coming down with fair, so I was kind of just waiting for that fair spot. But I think I also didn't judge the situation correctly, because he definitely wasn't at maybe wasn't at the height where he could get the fair, but he did use his double jump.
Yeah, no, if he fairs, he's dead. So this was a misunderstanding on the situation. Totally fine. It happens to the best of us. So let's like figure out what like some better moves are, because I think we can agree that this is not it. So let's go to
great.
Yeah, so let's go to here where we have this happen. Like, let's say we're entering this spot, because I think this is a pretty like the teeter kind of makes this a little weird, but like, let's say we get to here. What are some things that make sense here when we're at this point?
Yeah, I feel like F tilt just owns.
F tilt?
Yeah.
The one word of caution I would have on F tilt is, again, she can fall past it still, like by fast falling here and coming up with the umbrella. One thing I would consider is actually T. Like, you can do the T drop, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would do that.
I see. I was thinking also, like short hop needle in some way, because I think if you have like, I don't think I had enough in this situation, but if you have more than like 2 or 3, you can throw needles and cover like the fast fall versus no fast fall. Like you can cover both pretty much.
Okay.
I don't know if you see that in that spot.
I kind of see it. So, like, the idea is that, like, we'd have to short hop backwards, right? Like, we'd short hop in place, like, around here.
Yeah, I think ideally I would run to teeter if I was going to have multiple needles.
Yeah, I like it. It works. It definitely works.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't be married to the needles. I'd probably, like, jump kind of, like, around here. And if they dip low, then I'd shoot, but if they come in to the side, then I think I fair. So I think that I react. Yeah. I think if I see fast fall, then I fire needle. If I don't see fast fall, then I think I slap.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think that, like, you could still needle and be wrong on, like, the reason for that is if you're wrong on the fast fall with slap, that's bad, so I want to prioritize that and make that the one I kind of do on the faster reaction. Because if I miss needle on this, like we're going into like this spot, it's not the end of the world. But if I fair here when he goes for umbrella, for fast fall umbrella, then I am unhappy. So I think that, yeah, you prioritize the needle. But yeah, no, that makes sense. I like that. That's good.
Okay.
I'd probably just but if you can do the T drop, it's better. That I think is the strongest play here, because like you grab the edge, which gives you coverage on this stuff, and then if he recovers laterally, you just do back airs.
But he air dodged it. Like I feel like in this spot, if I T drop to ledge, then he just air dodge above me in this spot. Like I just end up fairing him the other way. Or am I seeing that wrong? So, I don't know. I feel like I don't have the time.
Okay, let's map this out. So we would be falling now?
Yeah, I think so.
So we're on the edge around here when he's here. I think we're actionable like a frame or two later, because I've scrolled ahead about 12-ish frames. I'm assuming that's like the time it takes to like grab the edge here. So no, like, I think we just back air. No?
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah. Like even if we scroll forward a few more, like we're fully intangible, so we just see him doing this and just get in front of him with it.
Oh, yeah. I guess you could like
Delay the back air.
drop. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we double jump to this spot, then we do like soft back air, and then jump out and slap him and kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think that this is another thing that I'm noticing. You get into mode. I feel like in this spot you're trying to do one timing of aerial to like do everything, but because we're intangible, we don't actually have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big thing. Like we don't necessarily need the proactive back air is like the immediate back air. It's good, but you know she is like a pretty sophisticated character. She's got a lot of counterplay for it, so we want to make sure that we're staying loose enough that we can also we're not going for the same thing every time, so that we can we can stay loose and cover with because immediate double jump. Immediate double jump is a classic. Why didn't we grab the edge here?
I actually after I did that, I was like, why did I not wave dash back?
Oh no, I just meant just hang the back air off the stage. So here's what you do.
Oh.
So instead, where does her umbrella hitbox hit? It hits this way, right?
Yeah.
So you just when you miss with this back air, instead of double jumping this way and drifting this way, you go this way.
Oh, to go around it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Marth.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a big thing. Don't give her free umbrella edge grabs because that's annoying. So all that is just holding the other way. Your stick wants to be pointed over here right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. This cleans up this play. Yeah, because I even think that he thinks you're going to do that because he doesn't actually umbrella right away. You know what I mean? You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that he thought you were going to do that, realized you hadn't, and then basically grabbed edge.
That makes sense.
Just tanking the turnip has outperformed grabbing them every single time here, and I don't even think we need to tank them because here, let's look at this situation. So he pulls this one and comes forward. I'm saying, what happens if we just short hop nair or something? I guess he doesn't. I guess he's on the ground, but we have the nair out. I feel like it just kicks him in the face and then yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's actually pretty hard to go to crouch. Something I'm gonna have to correct. It's actually kind of hard to crouch her turnip throws, go under them, because with the DJC turnip throws, I thought I saw Law doing them and I see him doing them, so that makes sense actually, because it's probably there to get back onto the ground to deny. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I tried to run up jab a lot of his throws, and I got Z-axis or something really weird. I've never had this interaction happen, but it happened probably 30 times throughout our session, where my move would just go straight through him, and his turnip wouldn't hit me because I was in that zone where the thing won't hit me. It was super weird. So I ended up just not playing for that spot anymore because I didn't really know what to do.
Gotcha. So something I want to point out here is that you just did a full trot away from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of doing this dash forward, what do you think would happen if we F-tilted this way? Granted, he's at too low %, but just as a
It'd be really good.
Yeah. So this is a way that you can add that you can hold your space more effectively. One of the problems you have is that whenever you're doing trots or in dash dance mode, there isn't really a change off of it other than jumping or shielding. But but if we just think of trots as being they're they're a wave dash we're actionable through. At the end of a trot, we still enter stand. End of the day, end of a trot, we still enter stand. So if we are lined up well from here to here for an F tilt, why not, right?
Yeah.
Because that would have just plowed through that and killed her. No, plowed through that and given us a great hit.
Yeah. I think that's because I see it as pivoting, which it's where I have to do a pivot, but I completely see how it's not that now. Or I think I've known that, but like subconsciously, I'm like, I can't do that because I'm not pivoting out of like the thing.
Yeah. Here's another one. So you just hit this up air and you fast fell. I love this. What if we
I
wanted
missed my jump here.
Okay.
After.
What were you trying to do?
I think I was just gonna up air again, but I think I missed my jump, or I missed something, and that's why I just jump and do nothing after.
Well, you actually get out of the way with this. What I was gonna say here is the things that make sense to me are. So after landing here, what do you think I'm gonna suggest? We're actionable here.
Up tilt.
Up tilt makes a ton of sense. I'd also say what makes even more sense than that, dashing this way and jumping up.
Yeah, to back air the fall. Yeah.
Because, like, what move does she have that, like, beats back air? None. Absolutely zero. And what moves, like, how does she usually, like, play around moves she can't beat with her moves on the basis of a hitbox? Well, she floats, right? Or she, like, rushes into them with, like, her DJC. Well, we're not in the right spot for her to do either of those things, because we're coming up to meet her.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Yeah, it covers it covers a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that spot, I think I definitely meant to dash forward jump aerial again, and that's why I just jumped and did nothing. Like I dashed away, like out of the range. Like I'm glad that I did that actually, because I didn't think about the barrel like that at all.
Yeah, like we go up like we kind of go up like this, like from here. We go up like this, and then we just put her back out like here, and then she like loses because she's Peach, and we're Sheik. Just boom. Because, like, how does she possibly beat full hop back here? She can't beat full hop rising back here. Are you kidding me? She's toast. Toast, I say. And the cool thing is that we also get to drift towards this platform if we want to. So, like, we can actually, like, push pretty hard. Because if we back here through this way and then, like, we land on that platform, like, look, do you see how we're, like, creating, like, basically, like, a back air chain? Yeah, so we're also creating a pretty, like, solid punish route. Because, like, back air chain, great versus floaties. Like, this is a classic. We just murder her. We get to punish her for existing. And this is why I'm glad you suggested up tilt at first, because like that's kind of like the option that works on like whatever Peaches. But I think that he would actually be good at playing around it, because he actually did go for a DJC, like I think on his aerial down, which is designed to contest that on the basis of speed. Like he's trying to like crash into you and trade basically. But this is why back air's like goated.
That makes sense. Yeah, I've got to stop doing that fair.
I know, right?
It's just like, I see it. It's like, oh no.
I just feel so sad when you do it, because I'm like, I know you're capable of greater things.
I think I've literally been getting farmed for doing that fair for like 3 years.
I'm telling you, okay, so what do you do instead?
Just ledge dash.
What if you stalled? Is Peach good at like stealing the edge when she's facing
Not
forward?
Particularly.
Yeah, she knows.
Definitely not.
She knows stall. It sounds stupid, but like I swear to God, it's not a bad way to make her like fuck off for a second.
Yeah, I think I've played sets versus Kilmer where I just started Shino stalling like 6 times.
Yeah, and
to get him to
worked.
stop the fashion. Yeah, that's I completely forgot about that.
It's a giant explosion that she can't trade with at the edge. Like, that hits... That, like, she can't crouch cancel either. Like, of course it's gonna be good.
Oh.
Like, she has to, like... she has to basically be able to, like, turn around and fast fall wave... Like, here, let's look at this. So, would Shino stalling work in this spot? So
yeah. Oh well.
With the back to you, I feel like it's a little like not ideal. But now in this, once he turns around, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. But yeah, the one nice thing I can say is, aside from not being unaware of the strength of certain options in like when you're at advantage, and like just having some habits on defense that need to be cleaned up, the overall, like, the basics of the matchup look pretty good overall. Like, it's not, you clearly know what you're doing. It's just there's like certain things that are not quite as there's some fine-tuning needed on like certain like stylistic choices that are not quite as strong as you think they are. Like catching the turnips would be an example. and just how we're gauging like the strength of Peach's scrapping tools, and we're not really adjusting to like how he's scrapping, because like he has been dash attacking a lot, and I really haven't seen a mix-up with where you're like presenting your shield during your dash dance. Like, it kind of comes up here and there, but I feel like you only do it after you've gotten hit, not before. Like, you don't really, like, initiate on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, there you're already in the corner, you're already getting edge guard, so you go for it. There, same thing. Here, we're, like, moving around, we got aerial. Like, once you get back to neutral, like, the first thing you go for is aerial. Which is, and the thing that's weird about, for me, is that I would think that you'd actually want to present shield where possible, because you want to get grabs. Dash attack into your shield is like a grab opening. Down smash into your shield is a grab opening. Jabs into your shield during a pressure string are a grab opening. So your shield is actually really valuable here. But we're not representing it in like in the early game when you think that like, you know, getting the key hit would be grab.
Mm-hmm.
That's the turnip. Oh, that's the crouching under the turnip thing I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that with the DJC throw, it's probably best to like kind of treat it more as like going over it. Because yeah, that looks like a pretty good counterplay. But yeah. So, we have 4 minutes left. Is there anything that you caught as we've been going through this that you want to bring up? Or do you want to kind of like do a recap and yeah, like how do you foresee this time being productive?
Yeah, the dash. I guess we could touch on the dash attack more because he is really good. I think I just don't fully understand how to jump that well. Like, unless there's like, I mean, there's like sometimes there's like that spot, where I'm just like fading aerials back and he is just like really far away. But I'm so terrified of getting dash attacked. Like he sees me jump and he just clicks dash attack that I like fade it back a lot, even if there's like very little chance of me actually doing it. I just, because he sees me in the air and he just mashes that move like a lot, which is like I think happened at a few of those dash attacks that you talked about earlier. Like where I got dash attacked 3 times. The first one is because he got me at a jump. The second one was a tech chase, and then the third one was just like pushing me into the corner.
Yeah,
I believe.
Let's break these down. So it's on this stock, right?
I think, I'm not really sure.
If we're wrong, we'll look again. It's fine. We're smart, capable people.
This was troll of me. I didn't know if he knew how to beat it, so I just kind of wanted to see.
Okay. I
don't think it was the sock.
Okay, so we'll go to the one before.
Oh.
I feel like
yeah. I think I literally just got It's after. It's during this stock.
Yeah, I think it's like after the first like big hit.
I guess the better thing is just I don't know how to jump and like not get boomed by dash attack because I feel like it happens, like especially short hopping.
Okay, so this is us not using the top platform. Because you can just double jump over here and then like you're fine.
Could you screenshot that spot? I guess you can screenshot it there too if you want.
I know. We'll do the one you want.
I mean, it got the job done.
So like here. This, I think, makes sense. Okay, cool. So one thing I would add... So, yeah, we'll screenshot this. So this is an opportunity for us to reset to the top platform. If you did not have the turnip, do you think you would be able to beat the dash attack?
Probably not, because he hardcore read... He, like, read me doing jump away, dash away, or dash away, jump away. So I feel like I'm not. I guess I should just reset there, or double jump.
What if you fast fell into auto? What if you fast fell empty land shielded?
That could also work. I feel like that's also pretty good.
Yeah, it's like the Zane.
I feel like you definitely know what to be there.
Well, it's technically the Mewtwo King, but it's also like, I don't know, it's a lot of people. We've all done it. We've all done that versus her. But yeah, like fast fall AC shield is quite good. I think the other thing that makes some amount of sense sometimes is... where do you think her dash attack hits on her body? Like, where does it hit on her frame?
It hits, like, in front of her and, like, up and around her.
Yeah, so, like, if she's dash attacking, the hitbox would be, like, here?
Yeah, pretty much. Or, like, maybe a little higher. because like even the weak hit, like even the weak hit, like if I get dash attack from the weak hit too, I'm just like that. It also feels like it sucks.
Okay, so what? So one thing I would consider here is maybe drifting away from her is the wrong move. Because because the thing is, this is happening because our jump looks like this, right? So we're like falling into her arcway. But like if we did our jump more like this, by like, no, more like this shape, by like pulling in towards her at the end, right? Then she might overshoot us when we're like on this side of her. Because she's going to like lunge forward when she does it, right? Like it's not like it comes out instantaneously. So she moves over here when she does it because she's trying to hit us over here. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're like using our drift for defense basically.
Okay.
And then like I'm not saying this is a tight one, and I'm not saying it'll work every time, but like it gives us another way to like potentially beat it. So I would say drift in. Because usually like the name of the game with her is like we drift away, but like yeah, drift in is like pretty good. You can also combine this fast fall auto cancel thing with triangle jumps. Like you can do the like baby air dodge thing to try to like dodge the hands using the invincibility. That's also quite good. Usually this is enough, but yeah, just like a food for thought. So I'm going to give this to you. Let's look at the next one. I know we're like a little over time. Don't worry about it. This is why I charge a lot of money for what I do. So, okay. And I kind of want to look at the other like situations anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I got a lot of extra, more than 1 hour today. Definitely had like an hour and a half conversation into like an hour and a half of notes.
I mean, like, so this is the advantage of me liking you. So, so what happened
that one
here?
Too, yeah. I think I just mashed an aerial.
Okay.
I wanted to stop it, like, but I feel like the pullback is like so huge. I feel like it's really hard.
Yeah. So let's see here. Boom. So okay. So he just like he just hit us out of a ledge dash. Once again, I'm asking, why are we not like, why are we like panicking when we get on? Like, what do you think we could have got on when like that would have been more effective here?
I know I did the ledge dash with the intention of just like I felt like I would have a lot of invincibility and it would just go through me. Shield would have been fine too.
How much maybe, I think you're out of invincibility like already.
Oh wow. I think Sheik gets. I think it's 11 like in total, but I think you have to Sammy Saul, so you only get 9, or is it she only gets 11 and then it's like 13? She either gets 9 or 11.
I think it's
depending
10.
On like the one.
I was gonna say I thought it was 10 and 11, but like what I was going to say is, how does Peach ever like contest us if we just like Sammy Stall here?
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely don't Sammy Stall enough.
Well, so I think it's not a matter of enough or versus too little. I think what we have going on here, because this is really how we get hit by the dash attack. What we have here is like, and we don't have a recognition of Peach's big key limitation, which is that she's slow.
Mm-hmm.
Because Peach from what position could Peach be? Like, where does Peach need to be to interrupt a Sammy stall if you're here?
Yeah. No, you're right. Like, really close.
Yeah, place her. Like, where does she
to interrupt it? Like, probably direct. Yeah, like there, or maybe like even closer.
Like here in the air would work. Here on the ground, I think would work. And then maybe at the very edge of the platform too, because she could wave dash back off. Like she can't do it. I don't know if she can do it from here because I don't think her wave dash gets her off the platform. She has to like wave dash and then do something else, you know?
Yeah. I've never really thought about it like that. I think I've just had that habit like beat out of me by playing like Crudo and Rockman. Like if I do one stall, they just grab ledge and I die. So like I think I've stopped doing it completely, but I kind of didn't think about that they're both just really fast characters in comparison.
Yeah. So like basically, so what we have here is if they're anywhere around like this general vicinity, we know that we can't Sammy stall.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they're anywhere beyond this area, then like, yeah, we are good. Good. So it's like we can.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So let's like... So that one I think is just we're getting... Okay, cool. So we just got comboed, basically.
Yeah.
See, like, she tried to come forward with it and you just, like, hit her.
Mm-hmm.
As you should. Okay, so these needles. This is, like, one thing I'm gonna have... One small peeve. So, the reason I don't like these needles is because she just grabbed the edge. Her biggest weakness is, like, how bad she is at getting off the edge. If you don't shoot these needles and you fast fall this double jump forward, you have actually a pretty annoying mix-up for her about, like, going here or going here.
Mm.
You see how, like, that would be irritating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, let's make this into a diagram, because this is, like, very big. So, once she commits to, like, this edge grab, and you won't know until she's about at the height of her jump. Like, once she starts falling, that's when you know. Because she's so bad at moving vertically. Like, she's really good at moving down, but she's bad at moving up. She's okay at sideways in the air. But, yeah, moving up is just very challenged. So once you know that this, like, stopped moving, like, once you know this is the height she's committed to, yeah, you can just, like, literally go over her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like, watch for the height.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely this isn't something I think about that much. I think this is like a concept I started exploring a little bit, but not like super actively.
Yeah. So, with this I think that this kind of covers everything that I wanted to go over with you, and we did a little extra. How are you feeling about how this went? Do you have any feedback for me on how I can do a better job with you going forward? If we work again, and, you know, just talk to me.
Yeah, I feel like it was really good. I'm like, I don't know. I've only gotten lessons from, like, I think the only person I ever got lessons from is Crudo.
Mm-hmm. And
Crudo knows how I play a lot, so it was, like, kind of easy. So I was, like, I don't want to say the word, like, skeptical, but I was, like, I'm sure there's a better word for that, because skeptical makes it sound bad, but it's, like, I was, like, nervous, I guess, is how it would go, but I think it went really well, and I think you covered a lot of the things that I was thinking about and, like, have had trouble on for a little bit. Like, these are, like, a lot of, like, the spots that you covered were a lot of the highlight zones that I think I struggle with Peach. Mm-hmm. Especially, like, the mashing aerial section and, like, not contesting bear versus fair and, like, the mid-zone shield and, you know, like, all the other things. I think they were all very helpful for me. Like, overall, I think it was really good.
Wonderful. Okay, so I'm just making a few notes about, like, shield in mid-range. So I'm just making a few notes about key takeaways. So I've got monitoring the height of Peach's jump or float to gauge decisions, especially during recovery. Recognizing speed weakness to spot opportunities for things like Sammy stall. Alignment for bear post launcher, so like after an up air or whatever. We also have rush down, shield in mid range to scout dash attack. No, to scout dash attack. Short hop drift. Short hop mix ups with DJ for top slash side plat, and drift or empty land to bait dash attacks. And then the last one I have is rushing her down when she has turnip. When she has turnip, especially in the air. There you go. Anything you want to add? Anything you want to add, or you think we're good?
I think we're good. I was taking my own notes too, so I have a lot of pretty much what you wrote down.
Okay.
Or so I mean, it's still helpful, obviously, because it's like more condensed than the 100 things I wrote down.
Brevity helps, and I think that but one thing I think that's reassuring, it sounds like we're on the same page with a lot of this. Like, we had to kind of talk about it to get here, but that's A-okay. That's how this works. So I will let you go, but this was lovely. Have a great day, and just make sure you PayPal if you haven't done so already, okay?
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Later, Pace. Bye-bye.
See ya.